So I'll get that right over to you today, okay?
Mr. Landau, how you doing, buddy?
There's no money in the budget. Level 6, level 6. Carl Landau.
Carl! Nancy O'Brien with Bobblehead Magazine. How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
Good, good. I was thinking about you the other night when I saw the Kings game was on. I remembered you said you were a fan. I'm not a big Kings fan, but I had to watch a few minutes just because of our last conversation. Did you see the game?
Yeah, I did. Bibby hit 35 points. Kings beat the Sonics.
I bet you were a happy guy.
Yeah, it was cool.
Good, yeah. So did you get the media kit that I sent out to you that we talked about last week?
Yeah, Nancy, I didn't get anything. I don't know what happened.
Okay, that's no problem. If you check your inbox on your email this morning, I shot you one off electronically today so that you'd have it, but we don't really need that to have this conversation now because I had a few questions I wanted to ask you just so I could better understand your business beforehand. Do you have a few minutes?
Yeah, I do. A couple of minutes, sure.
All right, first call today is to Mr. Landau. Figurines are us, whatever the hell that is. Let's give him a call. Okay.
Level 6, come on. Carl Landau, can I help you?
Mr. Landau, how are you, sir?
Who is this?
This is Bob Milk, Bobblehead Magazine. How you doing, buddy?
Okay.
Listen, I wanted to give you a call just to check in, make sure you received that media kit I sent you, and see if we can start talking about doing some business.
Media kit, you know what? I don't think I got anything like that.
That was a red media kit, Mr. Landau. I sent it to you last week. Remember we talked last week. You asked me to send you a media kit.
Red.
Had a Bobblehead Magazine in it.
You know, I wish I could help you out. It's Ted, right?
Bob Milk.
Bob Milk?
Bob Milk with Bobblehead Magazine.
Ted, I wish I could help you out, but don't have anything like that.
All right, well, you know, I'd be happy to send you another one. I could send you another media kit out today, send it FedEx. When can I call you back?
How about a week? That sounds good.
Call in a week. All right.
Okay, nice talking to Bob.
Good. You have a good day now. Take care. Bye-bye. Take care.
Yeah, Carl, I went to your website like you suggested, your new website. I couldn't believe how many different figurines and bobbleheads you guys have in inventory.
Yeah, at this point we have about 50 different lines, so it's pretty extensive. You know, a combination of figurines and bobbleheads.
Well, it looked to me on the website like actual customers can buy on the website. Is that the case, or are you selling?
At this point, previously we had just gone directly to distributors, and at this point, I think it's about a year ago that we went directly to consumers, and so that's actually a lot more fun.
Yeah, so that's terrific. That it opens up a whole new market for you, I would think.
So you got that media kit I was talking about last week? You got that now? The right one? The red one?
Yeah, I did get the.
Very good, very good. So, well, listen, I'm excited to just talk to you about doing some business here, and I know that you're pretty new to the company. You just came on board, right? To what is it, Figurines or Us?
Bob, I've been here for 12 years.
Oh, all right. Well, no, I knew that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm talking to so many people today. It's crazy. But and now, so you guys, I know you're big on bobbleheads. You bought a bobblehead company like, what did I see, like 6 months ago, right? You guys merged.
Bob, I think you're mixing us up with someone else because we've been manufacturing our own bobbleheads for about 23 years.
Right. Okay. Well, that's good. Perfect. Because then we got a lot to talk about. Excellent.
So, Carl, there was a few things I wanted to ask you, some questions I had about your business and your marketing, and if you have a couple minutes, I'd really like to get into some of this just so I can understand your company a little bit better. Now, you're the Vice President of Marketing, and is that for all product lines, for all aspects of the marketing budget?
Actually, the way it works is I handle all the marketing for the company. So all the display advertising, any e-marketing, trade shows, sort of the whole caboodle. And I have 3 product managers that I work with as far as each one of those lines.
So, Carl, who is your target audience? Who do you consider to be your,
Well, our target market, I sort of described when we went through the various sides of the product. The younger market, which tends to be more 14 to 25-year-olds, and actually that's a real growth area right now.
Mr. Landau, how are you, buddy?
I'm okay. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. I'm doing very great. Thank you very much. I just want to make sure you got the kit. You got the kit now, and I think what we should do is just talk about what you want to do. Start you out with a full-page ad. I assume you've gotten to look through everything. You know what our options are. We'll get you on a 12-time schedule, I figure.
I can't. It's Ted, right? I can't really quite hear exactly what you're saying.
You can't hear me?
And what's all that noise there?
Can you hear me now? Is that all right?
Oh, you know what that is? I'm actually a new BlackBerry Bluetooth phone. So, it's actually my new phone that you're hearing, Mr. Landau.
Bob, I'm sorry. I can't. I just lost you.
Hello, Carl.
Nancy, I actually have a question for you. We're looking specifically at the 14 to 25-year-old person that's really interested in collectibles. Do you have any specific market information about that group?
I just got something. It's from the Association of Figurine Manufacturers, and it actually is a study that was just completed a couple of months ago of the manufacturing members that has a breakdown of sales of figurines and bobbleheads by age group, and they do have here an age group 12 to 20. They have them broken down by several age groups. I know that that's slightly different than the age group you were looking at, but they're very good figures here. I have a hard copy of this. I'm sure I can get it electronically, and I'll send it to you. I'll make a note to make sure I get that to you today.
Okay, I will definitely check out that website. This has been very helpful. Bobblehead market, but we want some numbers, particularly as far as size of the market, broken out by age group. Particularly, that would be really helpful in their buying habits. What kind of market information do you have about that?
Market information? Yeah. So you mean like how big the magazine is and that sort of thing?
Mr. Milk, I'm not really talking about your magazine. what we're trying to do is sell product here, and we really need specific market information. So do you have that information? Yes or no?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, you've been in this industry practically as long as I have too, right, buddy? So, it's bobbleheads. We're about bobbleheads. We've got circulation of 25,000, premier monthly title. Okay, dedicated buyers of the baubles, and what more do you need to know? You know what I'm saying? Carl?
Yeah, listen, Carl. What are your goals of your advertising campaign for next year?
At this point, we're putting almost all of our advertising dollars in the reality TV figurines and bobbleheads. And so that's what we're going to do, branding and advertising for those specific brands.
Okay, and when you put together your marketing and advertising campaigns, is there any kind of benchmarking or any kind of measurement tool that you use to test the effectiveness of your advertising?
So, Carl, my goal for you is to get you in this magazine like right away in September. You know what I'm saying? Because if I get you in for this issue, I'm also going to get my bonus, one more advertiser, and I'm going to get $1,000. What do you say? Sound good? Buddy?
Nancy, one quick question for you. Really, what is the difference between Bobblehead Magazine and your competitors?
That's a good question, Carl, and I'm glad you asked, because the main difference is that the readers of Bobblehead Magazine spend more money on collectibles, figurines and bobbleheads, than the readers of any of the other publications, and we do have research to show that.
So, Bobblehead Magazine, the premier publication reaching buyers of bobbleheads, you know what I'm saying? And, figurine world, the big thing there is, go figure. You know what I'm saying? I mean, who are they reaching? Some buyers of bobbleheads and a lot of other things. I don't know. That's basically, what we're trying to sell here. That's what we're all about. You know what I'm saying?
I guess there isn't a whole lot to talk about at this point. Nancy, at this point, we're still evaluating the magazines.
Okay, well, circulation and cost per thousand aside, if I could prove to you that Bobblehead Magazine reaches more buyers of bobbleheads and figurines, especially in your demographic 14 to 24, would that be an interesting element of your evaluation of Bobblehead Magazine as an advertising medium?
Yeah. Actually, that's a really helpful information. We're really targeting that particular audience. So.
Okay, I'm going to send that right over then.
Mr. Malik, actually, at this point, we are sort of interested. What are we looking at for a full page for color for the next, let's say, 3 months?
Yeah, all right. So why don't I do this? I will put a proposal in the mail for you today, get you another little FedEx pack, and you take a look at it. I'll give you a schedule, and we'll make this happen and get you started next month. I'll call you next week. How's that sound?
I don't know how more clearly to say it. There's no money in the budget. I'm really sorry, your magazine's not audited, and we don't go in unaudited magazines.
Well, I can understand your concern about that. However, we do have a publisher's sworn statement that I've shown you, but also we have a lot of this research that documents who our readers are, what they buy, and how much they spend. So although an audit seems like it might be the answer to all, what you're really looking for is how many of our readers are buying your products and how much they're spending. And that data we do have, Carl.
Bobblehead seems like a great magazine, but you're just too expensive.
We're too expensive. Do you know how much you're paying for that other magazine that you're using, Carl? Because I got to tell you, buddy, you're paying a lot more than what I'm going to charge you. I have a deal to make, and I assure you that if you come into this book, you're going to be happy. You're going to want to pay me more, my friend. That is the truth of it. You're going to want to pay me more because of the business that you're going to get in the door. You understand what I'm saying?
We ran in Bobblehead, a couple years ago, and it just didn't work. Unfortunately, we have a contract with Figurine World, and there's nothing I can do at this point. Sorry.
Yeah, I know. I hear you, Carl. I mean, I know you've mentioned this contract about, I don't know, 5 times. I'm not quite sure what more I can say to convince you. But what else? What else you got?
Didn't work.
Carl, let's really look. What's changed since then? I mean, you've got this new 14 to 25-year-old demographic that you're going after, which is Bobblehead's magazine's strongest suit. So that has changed a lot since the last time you ran an ad with us. It's probably time to take a look at us again and try it again.
Really, Bobblehead World sounded like a perfect place for us to exhibit. So I'm just wondering if you can put it all together in basically a sweet package.
Okay, yeah, so I can put a package together for you that includes Bobblehead Magazine. It includes our website advertising as well as our electronic newsletter and our conference, and I'll put it all together. If you were to buy those things separately, it would probably be about $10,000 a month. But because we're going to package it all together, it'll be closer to about $8,000 a month.
You know what, Nancy? I'm in a good mood today. What the hell? Let's do it.
Carl? Carl!
Cheers.
Cheers.
To our success.
To our success, to Bobblehead.
Yeah, sounds great.
Milk is on the phone.
Milk?
He's in the building.
Milk is in the building.
No,